Now, we've just successfully refactored our application to a professional MVC structure. Now, this is a huge win for organization, but however, as we were moving the code into the controllers, you probably notice a repetitive pattern. I mean, if we look at this controller, there is this try catch, right? Every single one of our asynchronous functions was wrapped in a try catch block. So what happens if we forget to add one? Right? So meaning an unhandled error could crash our entire server. So now what we need to do, we need to solve this problem by creating a centralized catch-all error handler. So this is a crucial step in building a robust, productive, ready application. So meaning don't repeat yourself. So we're writing the same error handling logic over and over. And furthermore, if we want to change how we log errors or what message we send to the user, we have to find and change it in every single file, in every single controller function. So there's a much better way. So we have express error handling middleware. Express has a special type of middleware specifically for handling errors. So it's a function that takes 4 arguments instead of the usual 3. All right. So because it has 4 arguments, Express knows this is an error handler. So you define it at the very end of your application or at the very end of your app.js file. So you just put it after all your routes in middleware. So if an error occurs anywhere in the application, Express will skip all the other routes and jump straight to this error handling middleware. So this gives us one single reliable place to manage all our errors. All right, now we're gonna refactor our global error handler. So we're gonna install a package. So by default, errors in asynchronous express routes don't automatically get sent to the error handler. So we could use next or in every catch block, but a small helper package makes this seamless. So in a terminal, we will just install this package, install express async. So this package is a simple wrapper for our async handlers. It automatically catches any errors that happens inside an async function and passes them to the global error handler. Now, and then we need to create an error controller. Just like we have a controller for our entries, let's create an error handling controller. .js. All right, so we're gonna go to our error controller, and then we just need to import a chalk from chalk. Let's just call this one global error handler. So now we're gonna log the error to the console for the developer. It's actually .error, and then we can just say maybe an error. Okay. So this provides a full description, a full trace. It actually provides a full trace of the error. And then we need to send a generic user-friendly error message. So the thing is, we don't want to link the implementation details to the user. Something went wrong. This export. Global. All right, now we need to update our app.js. We need to tell our app.js to use the new file handler. All right, so somewhere here we'll just import global error handler from controllers.error, a error controller .js. And then after we've used the entry routes, we could just say so we could actually use the error handler after all the routes. App.use global error handler after all the routes. Now what we need to do is to clean up the entry controller. So we need to go back to the entry controller and clean it up a little bit. So this is the best part actually. We can now remove all the try and catch blocks from the entry controller and wrap our functions with async handler. So the code becomes incredibly clean and is focused only on its main job. Alright, so let's start with the first this one. So we're gonna wrap it on with async. So first we need to import it. So we're gonna import async handler and then from express-async-handler, and then everything that we do, we actually wrap it. So here we will have async handler, then you can just take everything else and then just wrap it within the async handler like that. Alright, so I think this belongs there. Now we're gonna do the same thing with creating an entry. So we'll have async handler. Come on, async handler, and then we take everything, including this. Well, except for the closure, so we just take everything except for the closure, we cut it, and then we're just gonna put it, we wrap it here, right, something like that. Okay, so we do the same thing with the edit page. Async handler. So you just take everything except for the closure, cut it, and then let's just put it somewhere here. And then we do the same thing with update. Okay, we must just remove the try. I think we will actually do that after. We must just remove the try catch. So let's just go back to the create an entry, and then we will just remove the try catch. So we remove this, make the code a cleaner, remove this, remove that. This one is fine, and then on the edit, we can remove this. I think here we are missing this. There we go. Alright, so you can actually see that our code is much cleaner now. Alright, and then so we're gonna do the same thing here. We remove the try, and the catch. Alright, so this is much cleaner. And then finally we're going to do the update, or rather the delete. The delete also will need to wrap it around the async handler. And let's take everything and cut everything, and then just put everything in here. I don't know what is that A. And then we remove, oh, it's because of that. So we remove the try and the catch. And then we should be fine. So your application will work exactly as before, but now if an error occurs, for example, if your database connection drops, the user will see a clean something went wrong message, and then you will see a detailed error log in your terminal console. So the server will not cache. So we've just learned that repeating a try catch blocks is inefficient and hard to maintain, and we created a global error handling middleware that takes 4 arguments: the error, the request, and rest and next. And then we also use the express-async-handler package to automatically catch errors in our async controller and just pass them to our global handler. Our controllers are now cleaner and only maintain a healthy path logic, while our error controller.js handles all unexpected problems in one place.